Go.
Alrighty, welcome to Dark Heresy, Felonies of Faith, session 28. We last left off with the misfortunate plan of Talia's literally exploding in her face. Talia had hoped to get to the other tower in this hive by flying, while Hydras are basically watching the airspace in the area, and she, along with Alexandra, Shelby, and the pilot, were promptly shot down pretty much right after takeoff. Thanks to Alexandra's jetpack and Alexandra's piloting skills, Talia and the pilot were saved, and Shelby's psychic powers allowed her to save herself. Talia apologized profusely, and the party decided that an alternative means to getting to the Noble Adventurers Guild would be necessary, so that they could get the environmental suits they hoped would be available there. The party then proceeded into the ops center. I believe Marianne was the only... Oh, no, not the only. Marianne went off on her own to pray and get her two minions to learn more about the Imperial religion, while Alexandra and Tyrion had their little moment of drama, where Tyrion said she didn't want to be babysat, but still demonstrated the fact that she needs to be babysat. And the rest of the party went to the ops center. Oh, right, and Vern went to go speak with the proctor of the Arbite, right?
That's correct.
Where he attempted to reveal to her what to look forward to and managed to break her mind slightly. After Ariane helped the proctor rediscover her faith, Bern just kind of left the room at that point. I don't think he followed up with her any further, did he?
No, he thought he had done too much damage already, or enough damage.
Okay. By just sending a picture of Hydra.
Because the Hydra shot down.
Right, a Hydra shot. Okay, Hail Hydra. I'm dumb. Well, everyone eventually mustered into the ops center except Ariane and the two NPCs that follow her, where a very bulky tech priest and a very scrawny girl boy showed up. And Shelby, remarkably, was the first one to apparently notice and psychically inform Talia, who informed the rest of the party who may not have already noticed on their own. Krios revealed to them that he had been working in the capital for a day to get their motor pool garage of 1,000 vehicles up and running and getting everything repaired, though he didn't really go into details about how. Not that you feeble-minded simpletons would understand. I mean, what? And explained that this small girl boy was actually an astropath, apparently, who found him as he came on down to Ilham to find the rest of you. This man introduced himself as Marthus? How to... There you go. Mathris Mirduk. And he confessed that he actually also helped Shelby find her way to the group and wanted to speak privately with everyone. So everyone crammed up into a little surveillance closet together, and Marduk revealed that he had a vision that there was someone in glittering armor that needed the team to come save him. Someone who he believed to be an inquisitor from his vision. And based on his loose description, I think Ariane eventually came in, and his description of this glittering armor was, give or take, what Inquisitor Vidar was wearing. What am I forgetting?
The bombshell for Vern, at least?
The bombshell. You're right. Yeah, the bombshell was at that point, wasn't it? Krios came up with a plan of attack, and part of that plan included apparently using orbital bombardment to destroy the infected tower. To which Shelby informed Vern in Psychic Privacy that that wasn't going to be an option because presently Inquisitor Havictus was putting the boot to the towering Omega. This was then revealed to the rest of the party from Talia, who questioned all of their competence when they just assumed it was okay that Shelby somehow found her way back to the rest of the party. But Talia stressed that such things shouldn't be the focus of their present concerns, as they still are on the planet. They are still members of the position, and they still have a duty to handle the Nurgle infestation of the other tower. There was some reluctant agreement to this, and Vern, as one of the leaders in the group, technically, the only one still the Rosette. Actually, I don't know if you got that back from Marianne, but I don't think it should be too much of a problem. She's MDC'd at the moment, so I'm going to just declare Ariane returns the Rosette to Vern. Vern did not officially declare whether or not we were going to be siding with Machiasin or Havictus, and just kind of agreed with Talia that now was not the time to fuss about that. The party then wrapped things up and got ready to leave after Krios downloaded a map of the hive into his brain. And on your way out, you pass the infirmary, and the chirurgeon there, not the one who saved/botched the surgery on Tyrion, but a different one, asked you if you were going to be taking your pet with you. This caused kind of a dramatic turn of events, as it was revealed that somehow the pet had survived. There were threats of violence, declaration that inquisitorial orders trumping yours were issued that you guys weren't allowed in, and eventually Shelby knocked the adjunct's ass to the ground, rendering him unconscious. People stormed in. Ariane shot the pet in the head, and the pet managed to survive the headshot rather valiantly, I guess you could say. Tyrion tried to calm things down. The name Inquisitor Marble was dropped. Nobody with knowledge of the Inquisition was able to identify who Inquisitor Marble may or may not be. Never heard of them. Or at least they're saying they never heard of him or her. Then again, we never really did decide. Yeah, so don't even know Marble's gender. And Krios explained that he would like to speak with the head surgeon in a more scientific term, asked everyone else to leave the room. And I think pretty much only Alexandra was bullheaded enough not to leave the room and basically just backed off half the distance. Vern, Haley, did you guys leave the room? Your tokens are still there.
I'm still there.
I left myself on the door, so I'm still in.
So Haley and Alexandra are barely cooperating with Krios then?
Pretty much.
Okay. I'd like both of you to roll awareness rolls then.
Vern is more likely to keep eye on the adjunct and the other people, so they don't get any funny ideas.
And Vern, you may as well roll as well. I think I'm in the wrong window. Oh, that's right. I don't actually have a chat log with that. But I'm jerk. We actually did that in audio, so there won't be a log that I can share. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I thought I heard Jeff say something.
Well, this isn't a smashing start.
Okay. Oh, right, I forgot. Fates are restored. Let me just get open the character sheets. Shelby, you still had some fates left over, so I'm restoring you to fully healed.
Yay.
Lynn, not so lucky. Bird, you're only fully healed, but you now have your fate restored. Alexandra, you used up your fate before the session, but you now have full fate once again. You are still heavily wounded. I guess, no, technically you're lightly wounded because you haven't got into your head yet. Haley, once again, restored to 3, fully healed. Kieran, restored to 1 because she had burned 1 earlier. Krios, restored to 2, still fully healed. Marianne used up all of her fate, so she's got 3, but and we seem to have Scout.
Okay, I'm Scout now.
Training at the moment. Oh, there we are, Scout. Scout, hello.
Hear me?
Hello.
Super quiet.
I heard that.
I barely heard that.
Can you hear me?
Still very quiet.
Incredibly quiet.
Okay.
Not hearing anything if you're speaking
Can
right
you
now.
hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Is that good?
Okay, we were just doing the review so far. Brooke is going to be late tonight, so Kieran is just sort of NPC for the moment. And I also had a talk with the players about interrupting fellow players, and so some things were decided that I just want to let you know as well. Because of the delay in the fact that they're in Europe, Fungi and Frosty have priority. So if they're talking, because of the delay, they will talk at the same time as somebody else just because there is that delay. So if they start talking, give them priority because of that delay.
Okay.
Additionally, if your character would interrupt someone in character, the way to signify that is 3 exclamation marks. And that way we know your character is doing something to interrupt. And if you want to basically... Sorry, what was that?
Where should I put the exclamation marks?
In map tools.
Okay.
And if, oh, sorry, yeah, you weren't in map tools yet. I was giving a demonstration. There you
I'm
go.
in it now.
Okay. If you are basically wanting to be the next one to talk, a single exclamation mark denotes like you're raising your hand, basically. I know this kind of sounds like we're back in grade school, but just because of last session, there was a lot of people interrupting each other and a lot of people talking over each other. We definitely need some kind of system in place.
Right.
And just be aware that if your character interrupts people on a regular basis, there wouldn't necessarily be any in-game punishment, but it could cause tensions to rise. So just, be courteous and be aware of other players if you're going to be.
Cool.
Okay. And oh yeah, if you don't really make jokes that often out of character, but I was also saying if people feel the absolute compulsion to make a joke out of character, send it in text with the OOC or whoops. Oh, that was a mistake. The double brackets to signify that. And I was just saying we restored state for everybody, so what name? Ariane will have her 3 fate points and 1 food currently.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we were just taking a look here. So in the room is Haley and Alexandra within earshot. Vern, you rolled a 99. Did you want to try to fake that?
Might as well. No, I don't want to use my fate at this point, so I'm risking it.
Alrighty. And 10. That's sweet. Okay, you're safe for now. But, all right. So Krios and this woman have a discussion. Now, Fungi, you're probably going to have to remind me about the details of their talk. But as I recall, he was asking for medical information on what had been observed with the pet.
Pretty much.
And basically, he was building rapport on the foundation of science.
Yes, essentially, he has not much idea apart from what his party has said about why this girl should die. As he's questioning their plans so far anyway, he thinks shooting it outright might be a mistake, who knows. So he's trying to see if this girl does need to die, and if not, maybe he can help her not die. Because apparently he has compassion for a tech priest.
He also brought up the whole collar thing because he was confused about it, to which the Turgeon would state she just thought it was a leather collar with a metal chain. Haley or Alexander, would either of you interject when Krios brings up the collar?
Yeah.
I would request you roll awareness there, because Krios would have been talking in low tones throughout all of this.
They did roll awareness, and they got
great
their
then.
successes. So.
Alex would bring it up as well. That it's not a good thing to touch.
Haley, were you going to say anything beyond that?
That collar is cursed.
Cursed, you say?
Yes.
Would you care to go on?
Well, from what we've been able to deduce, anyone who happens to be wearing it will become the complete and utter slave to anyone who is holding it.
Well then, that's I'm not sure I would use the word cursed, but certainly has something not of this world about it, I'll agree. And yes, there is some background noise.
So, can you just mute your microphone for a sec? Yeah, that was on your end, Scout. I'm guessing whoever's putting away the groceries was bringing stuff around.
Yeah, she's doing some dishes.
Okay. Alrighty, so Trios being a tech priest says cursed is not the word he'd use. Haley, you being the religious fanatic that you are, do you roll power for me not to be challenged by his logical expression? Okay, you don't have to react negatively, but you can still choose to as role play.
Regardless, it should be destroyed at the nearest opportunity.
The item, I agree.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
The pet and the collar.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the girl I think is a potential innocent, but we cannot tell at this point, and I see no particular reason to deal with it at this very moment. We have more pressing issues at hand.
Krios, the issue is that the pet was the plaything of a chaos cult for well over a decade. God knows what was done to her. God knows what was done to anything about her. But we just can't leave her here.
I believe with the security around, we can. A decade is a long time. That's a lot of information.
The thing is, though, the chaos cult that we rescued her from has pretty much been disbanded from what we know already.
I don't know much about cults, I must confess. However, they are usually, or at least things of that sort of thing, they are usually connected to a larger they're just a cog in the machine. So even if that particular cog has been removed, the machine very much exists. Now, I don't mind saying so myself, that's poetic as fuck.
And very in character for a tech priest.
But yes, I will say this once more, we have more pressing matters at hand. She won't be going anywhere. You can see this place is secure, and there apparently is another inquisitor who is interested. We don't need to deal with this right now. Let's move on. If it makes you feel any better, I will take responsibility for this. So if she does happen to, I don't know, go nuts and kill everyone, and I'm saying this away from the girl now, so she doesn't hear. If she does happen to go nuts and loads of people die, it's only on my shoulders.
Haley, you're the spiritual leader of the party. This would really fall under your jurisdiction.
I don't like it, but unfortunately you're right. We need to take care of the tower now.
Thank you.
However, I move over to the surgeon.
She will look to Haley.
As I recommended, that collar there should be destroyed.
Agreed.
I believe
Surgeon.
Exorcist Alistair would be the best for that task.
Surgeon will nod her head.
And I would also recommend several clergymen be near her at all times, in case.
She, well, Haley, give me a command roll.
I am not good at this.
Indeed. So, regardless, I think, Alex, you should roll scrutiny.
Okay, that's also not a good strong point for me. Especially with my current issues. Yeah, that's a fail.
Double 30.
And yeah, Vern, you can start looting the corpse. You know he's still alive. But yeah, so the Trojan just kind of nods her head to Haley and says, we'll take care of her. And you or any other Inquisitors will be the only ones permitted to come claim.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
You or any other Inquisitors will be the only ones who are permitted to come claim her.
Okay. Well, that's about the best we're going to get then.
All right, Vern, you're searching, so go ahead and roll a search roll. Well, he's wearing kind of a flak jacket, ballistic surcoat, kind of like the one I think you used to have. I don't know if you ever had a surcoat. Haley has one like that.
I
you
have
do?
one.
Okay, you do. Great. And then a carapace chest plate under that. He has a few implants and whatnot along his head. Looks like they're probably there to augment his perception or cognitive abilities. He has a sidearm and a shock maul and wallet with some paper currency equivalent to about 50 drones. Are you going to be looting him?
What kind of sidearm does he have?
Just an auto pistol.
So he has, as weapons go, he has auto pistol and shock maul.
Yeah.
Not worth my time. Too small.
Just double check something here about your mental conditions. Yeah, so you don't have an obsession with guns, no problem. All right. I thought somebody here has an obsession with guns. I just can't remember.
I wonder.
So you guys are all leaving the infirmary then, or is that are you doing anything further there?
Vern would have one question.
Sure.
He would basically convert his attention to the surgeon and ask, what did this Inquisitor marble look like?
She'll explain that she never actually met him.
Okay, then continue question with, well, does she know anyone who did see her? Or her.
I think the pet did, and that guy who is now lying on the floor, and I'm sure that the Emperor Hope is not dead.
No, he's breathing, I think.
I should really go check on him because my fellow Churgians don't seem to have the courage to do so. Yes, he's fine. He'll need some time to recover, though. He's just some severe bruises. How did this happen? I didn't see anyone shoot him.
Well,
Maybe it's best I don't ask. Sorry.
I will look at Alexandra because she shot but missed horribly.
He kind of dodged, and I think he kind of misstepped and kind of fell.
Yes, well, he's got severe bruising on his chest. He landed on his back.
Oh.
Yeah.
We are living in interesting times. Who knows what it could be?
I'm just saying what I saw. Kind of looked like he just kind of tripped when he dodged my bullet.
Krios, before we leave, could you do me a favor?
Potentially.
Could you try to ask from... I look at Pet. Her, what did that Inquisitor look like? I don't think she will talk to me.
Oh, you're such a charming fellow. Well, if you insist. What kind of state? Sorry, go on.
No, nothing. We're just laughing about the statement. And he walks out.
That makes me happy. What sort of state is the girl in?
Still kind of huddled up in the corner in the fetal position, arms up to her chin, knees up to her chin and arms wrapped around her legs.
As I think it's the Church knows the better rapport with her, I'll ask her to ask the girl that question. Delegation.
Give me a quick roll just for your rapport with the Church.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very nice. So she will cooperate and charge an inquiry. The girl just kind of babbles about him being in the shadows. Stealthy, I guess. Some kind of Murfield.
Could you repeat that?
Sorry, least in shadows, maybe some kind of blur field. Doesn't seem to have any sort of description other than shadowy and hard to see.
Well, once Krios knows that she's just babbling, he'll say that's right. She doesn't need to say anymore. Krios will give actually, I think I might have already done this in what we did last time, but give her his own Vox bead, Vox head code. Yeah, so she can directly talk to him and say that if she thinks there's any way she can get any information out of her, if she could relay that to Krios, he would be amazingly grateful. And yes, he will still get his associate who will help down there as soon as he can.
Fantastic.
And that's it.
All right, Krios, you may now catch up with the rest of the group. We will now rewind time to the people who are out in the hallway. So we have Shelby, Ariane, Talia, Tyrion, Mathris, and the two NPCs. Ariane or Shelby, were you going to be doing anything other than just waiting?
No.
Okay, so probably Shelby was trying to chat with Talia, Ariane guiding her subordinates. Hello? Yes? No?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Would Ariane have been guiding her subordinate?
Guiding them in what?
Whatever, like, earlier she was teaching them about the Imperial Creed.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. Well, at this point, I guess we can venture off to the next stage. So there will be approximately 1/2 hour where you're all basically just walking. Haley, I think you will definitely remember that you were in the room for that. Oh, you might not have been in the room for that. Shit. The High Governor mentioned that there are religious fanatics outside who declare themselves righteous in their methods because the Inquisition gave them authority. Did Haley hear about that, Joe?
I can't remember if I was in the room for that or not.
Okay, Alex told her that.
Oh, okay.
So I will just stipulate that as you're walking through the corridors, one of the corridors just sort of reminds you of the corridor you were in when you bumped into them the first time. So I'm going to tell you that's on Haley's mind at the moment. If you want to pursue that, let me know. The rest of you, are you going to be interacting with your fellows in any regard? Any conversation, questions, any plans?
Krios will be getting further information that I have gotten so far, but Krios hasn't, about what the hell's been going on, why these are missing, and why certain decisions were made. And yeah, actually, whenever the group is sort of whenever everyone's in a group where everyone can hear each other, everyone just kind of flat out say, so why did none of you question where Shelby came from? We all knew she wasn't on board the Towering Omega.
So Krios just threw down the gauntlet. Who's going to respond?
Vern? Vern would say that he's seen much weirder things happen, so he just assumed it wasn't, happy accident.
I have to agree with Vern on that. Happy accident, and considering the things that I've seen since we've gotten to this tower, I'm kind of happy she's around.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the business of the Inquisition. There is no such thing as a happy accident. There are such things as horrifying accidents, terrible accidents. What at the time seems quite nice, but turns out to be a Xenos invasion. I am not a superior officer. I cannot reprimand you, but whatever you hold sacrosanct, people, think.
Well,
That's quite
you know the first time was a happy accident.
And you actually asked where I came from, and I told you. That was great, and I am happy. That was wonderful. Anyone else have any? No?
She'll be sent you a message.
Krios sighs and rolls his eyes. You are a very valuable asset, and I am sure a nice person. Just the situation in which you find yourself here it's not so much a spanner in the works, it's like a dropship on top of the works. The works are now flat, potentially.
Tell you, wait, something. or Toby's.
How much, like, are there random people near us?
Just like instead, like right now, I'll say you guys are in an elevator all to yourself.
The Inquisitor we are all currently working for and his ship are, from what I can only assume, in a full-on void battle with another Inquisitor. This is not something I want to be happening to our potential backup. Well, logic is my strong point.
So yeah, we'll mark at this point that Krios, at least there's a silver lining here for you. You were kept a prisoner as much as I was on Kaisen's ship, and I do stress Kaisen because there is no fucking Inquisitor. Now that Havicus is here, I think afterwards you and I might have a future.
That may just be the case. Though now may not be the best time to speak about it.
Well, let me just take a moment then, because, Fern, I know that you are a Kaisen's lapdog, but, you know, I've seen you in action, and I think that, well, Habitus might not forgive you, but, maybe if you ran away, you still have a long life and productive, well, you know, who am I kidding? I'm just touching you. But, you know, maybe you can prove yourself worthy to him when we handle the Nurgle Tower.
Is that really what you see me as? Machiason's lapdog?
What, you deny it?
Do I deny it? Maybe I don't know. Maybe, sort. It's complicated.
Well, like I said, maybe if you prove yourself in that other tower that infected hides, maybe Havicus will show mercy. Just don't. Well, like I said, I've seen you in action. I know you're capable. It breaks my heart to think that you've done things for Machias.
Let's just forget about this for now.
Okay, someone is typing curious.
Sorry, what did you say?
Someone was typing furiously, and when I mentioned it, it stopped.
Oh.
Okay. Do Haley, Alexandra, or Marianne have any input in the drama unfolding?
Not really. Just not yet.
Alexandra?
Don't know what. Pretty much it. Just go like, my loyalty was to the Omega and to the Omega, not to Machias, and I didn't trust him from the beginning. But the issue was he held the Omega, and I needed to find some way to probably maybe get it out of his hands. If
Okay,
Havoc,
so Alan... Oh, sorry, keep going.
problem is, I'm happy Havoctus may be able to get the tower out of Mikaison's hands, but I don't think he's going to be happy with some of the things I've done.
Okay, so Alexandra has just let her shoe drop and revealed that she is loyal to the Omega before she's loyal to Machiasen. Byrne, how would you react to that?
Well, if I remember correctly, this was kinda undershadowed in our conversation between the missions, between Alexandra and I. So this wouldn't, if I remember correctly, this wouldn't be any new information.
It had been hinted at, but it was never as blatantly said.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the conversation you came to me with. Should you, work for him or just take the job or just leave, try to leave. You remember that?
Yeah, I think that was the first private conversation we had in character.
Mm-hmm. We should have the note somewhere. But, yeah.
I'm just seeing if anybody wants to openly conspire against Machiasen.
Not openly.
So, Vernon wouldn't really react that much to this. Shoot drop.
Haley, you have anything to add to Alexandra's confession?
Machias and I have essentially a business relationship. That's about it.
Are you saying that out loud, or are you just marking on that out of character?
Yeah, I'll say it.
And nobody seems to care that Haley has a business arrangement with Machiasen, or what?
As far as I can tell, everyone has some sort of arrangement with him.
Sort of, kind of.
For ill or for good, we all have some kind of arrangement for him because he was the one who supplied us and the one who sent us out here.
Indeed. I mean, I know I had to make certain deals to be where I am today. Shelby and Talia clearly have their issues with Machiasen. And the rest we've had been spoken openly. And Ariane, I am sorry that you clearly have no idea who the hell you're talking about.
Sorry, out of character, pause. Joe, probably be a good time to actually pause the recording.
Okay then.